Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the kind and merciful, I'd like to start with the Islamic greeting of Salamun Alaikum. Peace be upon all of you. It's indeed a pleasure to be here, listening to the words of the principal as well as our MC. It's actually the same, trend of thought that I had before I came to the mic here. When you hear these small children singing the national anthem, and the words, our home, and the happiness that you see on their faces, this is a very important element for us, especially for my generation and the principal and others who come here as immigrants. In Islam, we have a concept that when we talk about watan means homeland. There is no bounds and limitations to that. The entire world, in a way, belongs to Almighty God, and you can choose to go wherever you want. We have this option, but then we have to see that the people on the other side, are they going to be welcoming or not? And that is the distinctive feature of Canada. It is known as, around the world, as the country which is famous for its multiculturalism, diversity, accepting people from all different diverse culture and religion and from different parts of the world. In Islam, when we talk about masjid and mosque, when Muslims initially migrated to Canada, the early immigrants were not sure that they are here to stay or not. And so they would only just rent out places for their places of worship. Then they started building structures which were not known as mosque. But then you see the children growing up, the children of those immigrants born here. My own 4 children are all Canadian by birth. They know no other home than Canada itself. For them, this is watan. And with that assurance, you see the community now moves to the direction of establishing places of worship known as the mosque or the masjid. Because in Islamic laws, a mosque is a mosque forever. It can never be changed. And this is the sign that we truly have accepted Canada as our home. Salawat. This distinction that Canada has, let me share with you my visit in February to Iraq, to the holy city of Najaf, where I had gone with the current president of our Islamic Jamaat here to visit the Grand Ayatollah Sistani, who is our spiritual leader. And while talking about Canada, they were actually very much interested about this issue. How is it possible that a Sikh person with the turban becomes the defense minister of Canada? This was something very amazing for them. And they actually, even the people around Ayatollah Sistani, very senior officers of his official, entourage, they told me that some of us have migrated from Iran, maybe 3-4 generations back. But even 10 generations down, our children will never ever become a minister in Iraq because of their ethnicity and their background that they come from outside. And this is something we cherish. And this is where I'll say to the children, yes, this is our home. This is your home. And you should be, fully in your right place to celebrate the 158th birth celebration of this beautiful Canada, the beautiful country known as Canada. I would just say to the senior ones, the high school students, but always keep in mind the Charter of Rights, multiculturalism. These are all very important values that we cherish. But you always have to study about the history of Canada, hold on to these values, and always be actively in protecting these values, because when you look at things south of the border, things cannot always be the same. So that is while we thank Almighty God for such a beautiful country and the resources that He has given to us, also it is a moment of reflection that we as citizens of this country should always work hard and be vigilant to preserve these values for which Canada is known all over the world. May God bless you all, and may God bless Canada.